roughly a year and a half ago, we released this video where we talked about our basement business, gave you a quick tour. It's a little bit longer than a quick tour, but gave you a tour, and we are moving currently into our new business. I figure I should show you how it's aged in a year and a half, and it does not look good. And I'm not going to clean it up for you all. I'm just going to show you and kind of some things that we learned. You can see it is a disaster. And the reason it's a disaster is because we're moving in 4 days. I get the keys in 2 days. A lot of stuff's been stockpiling. It's a total disaster, but I do want to show you all. You come down the stairs, you have our whiteboard. It's got a bunch of stuff, so like our supplies for our resurfacers, weekly goals, Q supplies, so he always needs boxes, days people are out, deductions, so like if someone buys cards or stuff that we have for sale, we write it on the board so I can deduct it. And then we have our weekly tasks, so like what you need to be doing if there's something different from normal. But as you can see, we can't even see Thursday and Friday because we have this bin of broken controllers. And then underneath that, I believe this is mostly Goodwill. The board has been a great addition. It was not here last year. When I recorded that video, I only had 2 people working for me, and they were very part-time. And now we have 8 people. Technically, I hired one yesterday for the store, so shout out to Ethan. But we're at 8 and now 9, so we didn't really need something like that, but as we've grown, we've definitely needed this. So then back here, this used to be all eBay. So we had these shelves, and then there was shelves over there, and then they wrapped around this way, but now we're down to just 3. And then with the store, we're not even gonna need the 3. It's probably gonna come down to 2, maybe even less, because anything that's video game related is gonna go in the store. That's changed pretty drastically, but now what's actually over here, we have untested consoles, so consoles that need testing, cleaned, etc. for Amazon. You see that nice, beautiful Vectrex. I think those are some items that are going in the store. And up top, we have empty cases. And then this is like one of our projects that we've been putting off for so long. We will eventually get done with it, but these are just a bunch of unmade games. Some of them are pretty heavy on the sports, but the disc is in there, the artwork's in there, and maybe the manual on some of them, and they just need to be made. And then I think this is all kind of like eBay unlisted. We'll probably just put this in the store because it's pretty much all video game related, but I don't fully know what all it is. And then over here, we have all of our empty cases. You can see a lot of the shelves are empty. That is what a lot of these boxes are. Shout out to XYAB, but we're not putting them on the shelves. Doesn't make sense because we're gonna then have to take them back off. Not all of these are from XYAB. Some of them are from other people that supply cases. And then over here, this is like extra supplies. It is a huge mess, and we'll be repurposing it whenever we move to the store. So these are probably gonna be more like locker type styles. So like everyone will get their own little cubby. We have enough space that we could maybe do 2 because a lot of people don't actually use them or need them. But this is where they put their lunch bags or backpacks or whatever. When I did the last tour, I think I had a 3D printer here that has since moved. You can see I still have filament there, some decor, random stuff. Nice, beautiful NES Lego set that will be in the store. Don't buy it though, because I want to keep it. But it's for sale, so you can. Drinks for employees, TV. We watched these YouTube videos on that. But then, this is a little bit of a mess over here. We have Charles' desk. He is currently processing games. You see games there, and more games there. And then more games there. That's what he works on. Then over here, this is where Colden currently sits. He helps prep, clean, etc. games. And then we have Q's desk. He's gonna have a lot nicer setup at the new store. But now we have this area right beside it. This is where he cleans, but as you can see, there are a bunch of games in the way. These games are all games for the store, trying to get them a little bit more organized so that we can start pricing them. We have some PC games. I don't know what's gonna happen with those. They may end up going in the store, and if they never sell, we'll just throw them up on eBay or something like that. But this is where Kane sits. eBay listing table, that hasn't really changed, but his setup has changed. And I don't even know if there was a setup here. And then over here, this is where consoles that are ready for Amazon go. So they've already been test, cleaned, boxed. They should have stickers. We have Brett's station. Brett is prepping games for Amazon. And then he takes care of cards. So you can see we have a lot of cards. a lot of cards. So that's what he helps maintain, but we have transitioned him to doing a lot more games. So shout out to him. You can see he likes to keep his area pretty tidy. I really appreciate that. This is like the kitchen area. It's really small, but we have drinks, soda, which it's funny there's Dr. Pepper in here because there's none in the fridge, so apparently no one has refilled it. Next to everyone else's desk, this is where cables, controllers, etc. This has not changed that much. We got rid of 2 or 4 of these because they fell and broke, so we moved it to a metal shelf. Over here, we have 2 of our masters where my AC and hot water heater is, and those are brand new too. I wouldn't necessarily say they're cool, and they definitely weren't cool on our finances, but you know, you have to have a hot water heater and you have to have a furnace. Goodbye money. But we have 2 masters now. They are our 50 disc resurfacers. Should be getting another one soon, so that's gonna be really exciting. Wow, that zoom is really bad. Should have 3 for the store, which is gonna be really good. We'll have 1 that's strictly for the store, and then the other 2 would be for online. And then over here, this is Q and his wonderful organization. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but it's here. So shout out to Q. Over here, I believe when I did the last tour, this was all consoles. I believe this was all consoles. And you can see, it is now games. We try to keep it by type, so Xbox, 360, Xbox, so we have like an Xbox shelf, we have a PlayStation shelf, and then this is Nintendo and cartridge, so our GameCube is looking stacked, which is great. It may or may not be intentional so that we have GameCube in the store when we open, maybe, who knows. But, almost fell. Right here, we have the Atlantic shelves. I think they hold like 700 CDs, and this is where we put games that have been resurfaced. The goal is to get them to where if they're up here, they've also been cleaned, but that has not really been happening. We need another person to help with cleaning games. But this is awesome, and we love it, and has been a great addition. Over here, this is where all controllers, cables, etc. live. This is like third-party stuff, so not super exciting, this stuff, but if you needed a Wii controller, we have a few. We sell a lot of Wii's, so the fact that we have that many is crazy. This is our loose disc graveyard, and then, funny enough, this is our sealed game graveyard. I'm the only one that processes sealed games, and I don't process games anymore, so that hasn't really happened. I'll probably have Justin or Charles help tackle that. This is definitely new. These are some of our games that don't have discs, so they are empty. It's gonna look so much better when we move because this is gonna be organized so much better. I feel bad for Steph because this area just turns into a mess because there's just so much. She doesn't have space, but she's gonna have so much space whenever we move. But all of these games back here don't have discs. All of those games don't have discs. Those are loose discs. And then we have collection back there. And then up top there, you can see we still have more of those games that need to be assembled. But yeah, I don't actually know what any of this is. And I feel really bad because this looks like a total disaster. So, and I'm sure she probably didn't put those there. But you can see she's over here cleaning games. She's killing it. Collection will be in the store for sale. So if there's anything up there, there's definitely nothing good in this collection. So definitely don't come to the store and try and buy it because there's nothing desirable here. I will say those N64 games, most of them will not be in the store because those are my personal from my childhood. And I don't really have anything left over from my childhood as far as that stuff goes. So that I'm not selling. eBay table is not really that different, and this mound of boxes was not necessarily there. This spot hasn't really changed that much, just has more stuff. So over here, this is where the Trinitron was, and now it's where Justin sits. Justin, manager, killing it, but don't tell him I told him because we don't want his head to get any bigger. Thankfully, he finally got a haircut, so his head's not as big, but he's doing pretty good. And this is his current shipment. This shelf was definitely not there, and you can see some nice stuff up here. I will say this is not technically real. This is a open pack on top of a real Team Rocket pack, but everything else here is real. And that will all also be for sale in the store. and all of this, and controllers, and the display you can't buy unless we decide not to use it, then you can. Well, I don't know if I've talked about these yet. Stay tuned. We'll just say stay tuned. Cool stuff happening with these. This is where we put new boxes next to the used boxes. So sometimes we have to use new boxes, and it's just nice to have. We have our 3D printers, some filament there, more filament, and then these are my two bamboo printers. Both of their AMSs, the things on top, are super jerry-rigged right now, but that's what I had to do to make it work. I love both of them. I actually think I like the A1 more, but I know there's some benefits to the P1P. Get a 3D printer if you do. Bamboo is great. This is like different. We didn't have this last time, but I would say I'm like more embarrassed to show this. In the bathroom, we do have a resurfacer. Shout out to the AutoSmart, that's also great. Prefer the Master, but that is really good. We use it all the time on GameCube games. Just better for GameCube in my opinion. Next to the toilet is our shower of broken consoles. And this has actually been cleaned up recently and heavily cut back. So I think there's probably 50 consoles in the garage that were at some point in the shower. And yes, it is a shower, and Q decided to turn it on one day because he needed water, which does not mix with consoles. So don't do that. Then I'll show you my office. It has changed a lot. I forgot how much it's changed. Cards, we got ETBs and singles. I said that in reverse order. Previously, when you walked in, my desk was over here. Now it is over here. And I got a brand new beautiful monitor. I love this desk setup. This is moving to the store, but in slightly different form. You can see my office is a little bit of a mess. I noticed I had a dirty food plate, so I moved that out of the way. Don't rewind. Do not rewind to look at it. But this is my setup. Shelves here. Not been the best setup to put that there. The new store is gonna, again, have better setup. Trinitron in here, just mostly to get it out of the way. Collection has not really changed that much. My desk is kind of a dump zone back here. This just always happens. And then over here, we have this bin, and then we have this bin of goodies. This is just good stuff that I've been setting aside for the store opening. So maybe you should freaking come out and see it. But yeah, my office is a huge mess because I now have a kid in here with me every day. And all of this stuff is leaving my house soon to go to the store. You see anything collection-wise that you want? It's probably, if it's displayed here, it's probably gonna be in the store. Yeah, the office tour, the basement has changed a lot. We've grown a lot. We've had to adapt, move things around to make the best out of what we could. But we have completely outgrown this basement, and I think we are all very excited for the store. Stay tuned.